middleweight and light heavyweight. The coach.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Phoenix, Arizona, an all-action, exciting two-division champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing from Nottingham, England, a super middleweight champion of the world, Carl the Cobra.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. That counter punch caught him clean. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Well done with that counter shot. No rest for the weary. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
They exchange punches. That hook won't score. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Good counter punch. Up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. As bad as boxing judging. Here we go. It's round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Believe what we're seeing. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Caught up on how many times this guy gets hit. He's a slugger, Johnny, and you know he's just waiting for his opportunity to strike back.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to brawl.
They both want the knockout. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Benavidez that last round. There's the bell to start round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Do you believe what we are seeing? Beautiful counter punch. That jab misses. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when they're building a ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Catch and shoot. On to the 4th we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Back and forth they go. Perfect counter shot. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see more jabs. How about that time counter shot? Hook misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Benavidez. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. You hear people talk about a box, and the Cobra is down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights. Can't score with that jab. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. So they're not watching that last round. You've got to wonder. There's the bell to start round 6. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle there. He's got to bluff there.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nope, that uppercut does not score. These two were made for each other. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. Here comes round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart.
As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He's got hold it right there. David Benavidez might be ready to go. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Lucky that hook didn't score. Nice counter. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez. Round 8, and we're off again. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. In that corner, what do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Looking to land the hook. They're both trying for a knockout. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these 2 boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
And finally, Carl Froch goes down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your ball.
The 3 judges agree.
Yeah, that hate the grind and sweat the blood, the time my motivation. I work too hard too long and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key in combination. Keep it gold and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever band no mind and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. Nigga let me when you shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all that hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You talking, but you